What's going on, daddies and daddies? My name is Celine. I'm a pleasure positive sex and relationship coach. I'm so happy that The Glow challenged me to do this campaign, the Pleasure Pledge, and I encourage you to make sure to tag XO The Glow and 3 friends to challenge. We have to uplift ourselves in a way where we believe that pleasure is made for us. In honor of Sexual Health Awareness Month, I am teaming up with them so that I can do this pledge for you all so that we can take our pleasure more serious. So the first question is, what does pleasure mean to me? So when you hear pleasure, a lot of people, they may think only sexual or anything of that matter, but listen, pleasure, it goes way beyond sex. Pleasure is just how you feel. Pleasure is tuning into all of your senses and really being one with yourself and the earth. Pleasure is just so much more. You know, when you're eating your food and you're savoring those last bites, that is pleasure, okay? Pleasure, it shows up in so many ways in our lives. It shows up just the way we treat our bodies. Like, how do we want to feel? That is pleasure. Anything self-care is pleasure. Whatever you do to make you happy, it doesn't matter what it is. Do you feel pleased? Okay? So when we take that energy and we use that in our day-to-day, we can apply that to sex as well, which, you know, sex is always a plus, of course, but just finding pleasures in your day-to-day is the most liberating thing that you can do, because you will literally carry that energy and you will also exude that energy onto other people. They will literally feel your radiance glowing, because when you are pleased, you are happy. So when I wake up, I make sure that I do a great stretch. I make sure that I massage my body and really appreciate my curves. You know, that brings me great pleasure. It's important to feel pleasure, because when you do feel pleased and when you do feel happy, I'm telling you, your mood will increase. Your attitude throughout the day will increase. Like, all of that will increase because you feel pleasure. Like, you know when you have a boss or your teacher and they just feel extra good, and you're just like, you know, like, what did you do last night? You ain't say it to them, obviously, but you thinking it like, okay. If it literally can affect the mood of your boss or your teacher or anybody around you, then just imagine, you think you are not excluded from that. And when you start to tap into your pleasure more, you start to understand what you want. And that right there is the most fulfilling thing. Okay, listen, y'all ever went to like one of your favorite restaurants and you just know what you want and you just like, yes, I know what I want. And then your friend's struggling, you're just like, oh, you need help? Yes, knowing what you want feels that good. Why do I keep on using food as examples? You know, well, I mean, we all love food, don't we? So how I'm prioritizing my pleasure is I'm making sure that pleasure basically slaps me in the face every time I walk around my house. So I make sure I have different scents around my house. Like, that brings me great pleasure. I make sure that I do my stretch in the morning. That brings me great pleasure, because it just be feeling so good, like so good. And also, of course, masturbating, like, especially during these times of COVID, I have upped my masturbation game like on like level 3000 at this point. And so yeah, I make sure I keep my toy at the side of my bed. That is prioritizing my pleasure, because I used to have it in the drawer that was kind of far away from my bed, and I used to be like, I would be like, dang, I gotta get it. But no, I make sure I put my vibrator right next to my bed, and that is me prioritizing my pleasure. Okay? All right, baddies and daddies, keep your toys next to your bed so you won't have an excuse. But yes, that is one way I'm prioritizing my pleasure. I'm also prioritizing my pleasure because with my masturbation sessions, I do include meditation masturbation. Meditation masturbation is basically just being so mindful when you are masturbating, and it doesn't have to be so sexual at first. You could just be doing like, you know, just breath work and just being one with your body, and then you can start masturbating, and it just makes masturbation so much better for me. And also, I learned that I like to play music while I masturbate too. I think it sets the mood for me a little bit. So, you know, I make sure I got my little Alexa. Like, Alexa is going to be, she gonna listen to me when I call her, but hopefully, okay, I had to make sure she didn't respond. So we have a fun question. So what turns me on? Okay, so I am totally a sapiosexual. So any type of intellect will just turn me on. Like if I could be quarantined with you for 9 months without getting bored because you can stimulate me mentally, yeah, that is what turns me on. Okay, that is what turns me on, all right? Like, if we could be quarantined together and we good, we ain't gotta worry about nothing, I don't wanna kick you out, then that is what I like. I want people who can keep up conversation. That turns me on, just knowing, like, keeping the rhythm of things, going off of vibes. I just love people who know how to control their environment, but also let it, like, you know, let things happen naturally, but still their intellect and really just their intuition it's just such a turn on. Like, know how to demand your attention in the room or on Zoom. And yeah, like, I'm turned on. Another thing that turned me on, I mean, physically, I would definitely say deep tissue massages. Like, deep tissue massages is what turns a girl on. Okay? Deep tissue massages. So y'all, that is really what turns me on. And I recently discovered that I love big hands. They just turn me on. I just feel like I need big hands, okay? We want to show the world that we're taking ownership of our pleasure. It is coming to the time where we stop belittling our pleasure for society. No. That's done, okay? So make sure you tag those 3 friends, and I challenge you, okay? Whoever's watching, I'm challenging you. All right, so that is it, everyone, and thank you so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Bye.